Welcome, children. Yesterday we have seen how Shylock was trying to communicate his opinion about Antonio. They were the opening remarks of Shylock about Antonio. The Bassanio. Shylock, do you hear? No, Bassanio doesn't understand what is going on. Shylock is not giving any answer. He says, Shylock, do you hear? Shylock, I am debating of my present store. I am trying to calculate. Shylock says that I'm trying to calculate that how much money I have ready with me, and by the near guess of my memory. And as far as my memory goes, I'm trying to calculate how much money I have. I cannot instantly raise up the gross. The full amount I cannot give you immediately of full 3,000 ducats. You want 3,000 ducats, no? That whole amount I don't have with me immediately. What of that Tubal, a wealthy Hebrew of my tribe? Okay, that doesn't matter. Let me think over. I think Tubal, yeah. Tubal is there. Tubal is another Jew here in this drama. And uh, he also is a wealthy fellow. He has money with him. So he says that he is a wealthy fellow of my same tribe, will furnish me. He will give me money. When you need something, what do you do? Generally, you will go and ask your friend, please lend me for some time. I'll give you later. Same way, Shylock also goes to, he wants to approach Tubal. But soft. How many months? Soft? Wait. But tell me how many months you want this? Do you desire? How many months do you want? Let me know that. He's speaking these words to Bassanio. Meantime, he sees that Antonio has come. You may ask me that what is it? Antonio has already entered the scene, and now why Shylock is speaking? Up till now, Shylock has not greeted him. So he says, "Rest you fair, good Signia." He greets Antonio. Your worship was the last man in our mouths. Your honor, he says, you have been the subject of our discussion or conversation. Now, we were talking about you, says Shylock to Antonio. Antonio, Shylock, albeit I neither lend nor borrow, but by taking nor by giving of excess. Shylock, although I don't have the habit of lending nor borrowing. I don't lend to anybody nor I borrow from anybody. By taking nor by giving of excess. Neither I take somebody's money nor I give my own money to somebody. Yet to supply the ripe wants of my friend, but to supply the ripe wants, immediately I must give some money to my friend. Who is my friend? Bassanio is my friend. Immediately I have to give some money to him. He needs money. Not that Antonio has to give money, but he needs, Bassanio needs money. For that sake, I'll break a custom. I break my tradition to Bassanio. Is he yet possessed? How much you would? I'll break my tradition. And he says, is he yet possessed? I'll break my tradition. Has he told you how much money I require? Shylock, yeah. 3,000 ducats. Yes, he said 3,000 ducats. And for 3 months. For how much time he wants? 3 months. Did he tell you? Shylock. I had forgot 3 months. You told me so. Now, before we turn the page, see the dialogue of Shylock. That is line 49 onwards. You have to learn, put right there, learn, and then I had forgot 3 months. You told me so. So Shylock says, I have forgotten. You told me 3 months, no? You told me so. Well, then, you're bond. Okay, well, then you're bond. Let me see, but hear you. Let me see, but listen to my words. Methought you said you neither lend nor borrow upon advantage. I think you have told, you have mentioned that you neither lend nor borrow money for interest. Antonio, I do never use it. No, I never do so. Shylock, when Jacob grazed his uncle Laban's sheep, this Jacob from our holy Abraham was, as his wise mother wrought in his behalf, the third possessor. He was the third. He says, now he is trying to narrate the story of Jacob, and he says, Abraham was the founder of the Jewish race, and Isaac was his son. Jacob was the grandson of Abraham. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They are in three in line, one by one. So he was the third possessor. So when Jacob grazed his uncle Laban's sheep, when Prophet Jacob, who is a descendant of Holy Abraham, when he grazed his uncle's sheep, his clever mother, wise mother, she devised a plan so that he became the successor of the property. Let us see in detail. Later it will come. Yes, he was the third. Antonio. And what of him? Did he take interest? And Antonio is asking, what about him? Did he take interest? Shylock, no. Not take interest, not, as you would say. He did not take any interest in your words. As you say, in according to your meaning, your opinion, he did not take interest. Directly interest. Mark what Jacob did. As you would say, in your words, the direct interest he did not take. But note one thing, what Jacob did. When Laban and himself were compromised, that all the inlings which were streaked and pied should fall as Jacob's hair, Jacob's hair, this was a way to thrive, and he was blessed, and thrift is blessing if men steal it not. Then they came to an agreement. Jacob's mother, she devised a plan. Jacob was supposed to take care of all the sheep which belonged to his uncle Laban. And they had an agreement that whatever young ones born, if they have spots or stripes on their body, whose body? The young ones of the sheep. If they have any spots or stripes on their body, all those would belong to Jacob for working as wages. Shall I repeat? Here, Jacob is supposed to work under Laban. Laban is Jacob's uncle. Jacob is supposed to look after the sheep. When you do some work for somebody, they pay you, isn't it? So as a payment, a plan was devised by Jacob's mother. Mother said, you don't take any money, but you just say that all the young sheep which are born, if they have spots or stripes on their body, all that should be given as wages to you. They just planned like this. So, in that way, they came to this agreement. And what happened? That was the way to become rich. This was the way to thrive, to exceed. And he was blessed in doing so. And thrift is blessing. And all that was, all the profit was really blessing to him. The young ones born, the young sheep, the young ones which are born, all the what you call inlings, he says, newborn lambs were taken as wages. If men do not steal it from others, how did this plan work out? Did you understand? What they did is, when the sheep were supposed to give birth, in that area, the roof is there, no? They erected a roof in such a way that they placed the sticks in such a way that the shadow, the sun rays would fall on the lamb. Some crisscross ways they have created the roof. So the sunlight also would fall. Where the sticks are there, there would be shadow. Other places, lighting. So when you see the young ones, they look like spotted ones or striped ones. In that way, they could take all the young ones according to their plan. Antonio, this was a venture, sir, that Jacob served for. This was a job for which Jacob worked. A thing not in his power to bring the pass. It is not in his it is not in his hands for whatever has happened, but swayed and fashioned by the hand of heaven. It was controlled and designed by the God. Whether the new young ones are born with spots and stripes, it is not, we cannot do anything for that, isn't it? Who should do that? Only the God can do something there. So Antonio says, no, I don't believe. Nothing, we cannot do anything. It happened so that God created all the young ones like that. That's why maybe Jacob got it. Was this inserted to make interest good? Are you mentioning all these things in order to justify that taking interest is correct? Only you want to show that. That's why you are speaking all this. Or is your gold and silver ewes and rams? Or your silver and gold are ewes and rams? Tell me. Find the meanings of ewes and rams. And when you're asked for the homework, please post it. Shiloh, I cannot tell. I make it breathe as fast, but note me signio. He says, I cannot tell you. Just, I want my money to increase very fast, just like ewes and rams. But listen to me, sir, Antonio. Now, in this page again, all the dialogues of Shylocks, the first three dialogues of Shylock, you have to learn. Right there, learn and learn them thoroughly. And the line number 81, Antonio's dialogue also, learn that. Now, Antonio, mark you this, Bassanio. The devil can cite scriptures for his purpose. Now, Antonio already is against Shylock. So he says, Bassanio, see now, this is a devil. Who is a devil? Shylock is a devil. And devil can quote scriptures for his purpose. An evil soul producing holy witness. He's an evil person and he is producing or he's putting forward holy arguments. is like a villain with a smiling cheek. He's just like that villain who has a smiling cheek. He smiles and does what he wants. A goodly apple rotten at the heart. Oh, what a goodly outside falsehood hath. Many times you must have seen an apple is very fine outside, but when you cut it, you find inside it is completely rotten. In the same way, how attractive the external appearance of falsehood is. Inside it is not proper, the apple. Outside appearance is very good. But his appearances are deceptive. At the same time, if you go back to the line, devil quoting scriptures, they are people, they are who are in the profession, you can say as priests or anybody or any other person who is seems to be very good, but they have some evil thought in their mind, and to do that wrong deed, they quote lines from the holy books and say, see, in that book it happened so, no, why can't I do, they ask. So they're evil people quoting scriptures for their convenience. Shylock, 3,000 ducats. It's a good round sum. This is 3,000 ducats, it is a big sum. 3 months from 12, then let me see the rate. Okay. This is 3 months from 12. Okay. Out of 12 months, 3 months you want it. Okay, let me see. Let me see what will be the rate of interest. Antonio. Well, Shylock, shall we be beholding to you? Okay, Shylock, are we going to be obliged by you? Obliged by you here means, are you going to give us the amount? Shylock. Signia Antonio. Many a time and oft in the Rialto you have rated me. Now Shylock has a big dialogue to speak. This you have to learn by heart. Shylock says, Signior Antonio. Antonio, sir, you have many a time and oft in the Rialto you have rated me. Many times in the Rialto. Rialto is a stock exchange. You have abused me, rated me, abused me about my monies and my usances. You have made abused my money and also my money lending deals. Still have I borne it with a patient shrug. Although you spoke ill about me, about my business and everything, I did not say anything. Very patiently, I took it. I suffered very patiently. I did not utter a single word. For sufferance is the badge of all our tribe, because suffering is the characteristics of our tribe. What is my tribe? I am a Jew. Who is a Jew? Shylock is a Jew. You call me misbeliever. You have called me non believer, cutthroat dog, merciless dog, spit upon my Jewish gabardine. Gabardine actually is a long, loose cloak worn traditionally by Jews. It's something like a long coat. So even you spit on it, and for all use of that which is mine own. And in this way, you have spit whatever is connected to me, on that you have behaved in a very wrong way. Well, then, it now appears you need my help. Now it appears that you need my help. How you have behaved in the past, now you need my help. Okay, go then. Go to then. You come to me and you say, okay, now you come and you're asking me, very well. You're asking me, Shiloh, we would have monies. We want some money. You say so. What does he say? He says, like he's coming and asking, Shylock, we want some money. You that did void your ruin upon my beard. You are the one. Ruin actually is spit. So you are the one, you spat on my beard. Beard is, you have these beard, no? The hair growing on the chin. Antonio spit on the beard of Shylock and foot me as you spurn a stranger cur over your threshold. Near your house, when you saw me, you just say, go away, go away. Just as you would shun a dog, stray dog. When a dog comes to your house, a stray dog, what do you do? They say, oh, please welcome. Do you say no? You say, go, you go from me. And you try to kick it out. Same way, you have ill treated me just like a dog when I came near to your house. Money is your suit. Now, money is your request. What should I say to you now? Now tell me, what should I say in such a situation? Should I not say, had the dog money? Now, can I say that how can a dog have money? Can I say like that? Is it possible a cur can lend 3,000 decades? Is it possible for a dog to lend 3,000 ducats? Or shall I bend low and in a bondman's key with bated breath and whispering humbleness say this? Or shall I bend low, just like a slave? Will bend down, bend forward, and with a slave's tone, bondman's key, with the tone of a slave in a low voice, with a bated breath, whispering humbleness. With a bated breath, very anxiously, very humbly, shall I say? All these words he uses just as a slave would behave. However, the master ill treats the slave has no right to give him any answer back. So, how is the slave supposed to speak? He cannot stand straight. He has to bend a little, bow his head, and then in a very low tone, he has to speak to the master. So, in the same way, he is asking, shall I do like that? Facer, you spit on me on Wednesday last. You spurned me such a day. Another time you called me dog. For these courtesies, I will lend you thus much monies. Should I say, sir, noble sir, on Wednesday last time, you spat on me. You pushed me out the other day. Another day, you called me a dog. And for all these polite actions, I want to lend money to you. Shall I lend money to you? All for all your polite actions? Now, the whole dialogue of Shylock, you have to learn by heart. Uh, what are the ill treatment borne by Shylock? How Antonio ill treated Shylock? And for all that ill treatment, now he's making a little sarcastic remark. Now, just like a slave, shall I ask you, sir, you did all these good things. Like when you say, no, you did all these good things, no, for that sake, I want to help you. The same way, for being so good, shall I give you money? Because on that day, you spit on me. On the other day, you pushed me. The other day, you called me dog. For all this polite, all this thing, is it polite? No. Is it being polite? No. Although it is not being polite, but he says he is just talking in a opposite way. There. For acting in such a polite manner, shall I say that I want to lend money to you? Antonio. Antonio is shocked. What is this? He did not expect. I am as like to call thee so again, to spit on thee again, to spurn thee too. Antonio, now he cannot change his words, no? It's one way wrong on the part of Antonio to behave like that. So he says, now he cannot take back his words. He cannot say, no, no, I did not do like that. He's not a kid. When kids play, they simply change the rules and regulations according to their need when they play the games. They change their words, but grown-ups cannot do that. So Antonio cannot say, no, no, I did not do like that. I did not behave like that with you. He says, now he has to defend himself. No? He says, I am likely to call you the same again. I'm going to spit on you again. I'm going to push you again. If thou wilt lend this money, lend it not as to thy friends. If at all you want to lend me money, don't lend as though you are lending the money to friend. For when did friendship take a breed of for barren metal of his friend? Because in friendship, we don't take any interest. If we are really friends, we don't take any interest at all. There's no question of interest between friends. A breed for barren metal of his friend. Actually, a product of metal which is taken as interest. We don't take any profit out of it, isn't it? But lend it rather to thine enemy. But when you're lending the money to your enemy, how do? You lend the money to me in the same manner, not that you're lending to a friend. Think that you're lending the money to an enemy. Who, if he break, thou mayest with better face exact the penalty. Who, if I fail or if I break, you will have the chance to take the penalty from me. Actually, without feeling bad, you can take the penalty. If I don't pay the money to you in time, we shall have a contract and you can take the money um, for breaking the rules. If at all I'm not able to pay you in time, you can take the penalty from me. Shylock, why? Look you, how you storm. See, how you're getting angry. So he says, see, look, how you storm, how you have become angry. I would be friends with you, have your love, forget the shames that you have stained me with, supply your present wants, and take no doit of usance for my monies, and you will not hear me. This is kind I offer. He's very intelligent. Shylock, he says that I will be friends with you, I'll be friendly with you. I want to have your love. Forget the shames. I'll forget all the insults. You have disgraced me. I'll give you whatever money you want. I'm not going to take even a small coin. Actually, dot is a small Dutch coin. So, of low value. Okay. So, I'm not going to take a single coin as interest for the money I give. You will not hear me. This is kind I offer. But you will not listen to me. It is a very kind offer I am going to offer to you. Now, this the dialogue of Antonio and the dialogue of Shylock, please learn thoroughly so that you will be able to answer some questions which are based on that. I tell the things which are to be learned so that if the questions are framed, their questions can be framed out of it so that you will be able to answer them. That's all. Bye today.